Okay, hi guys, Lois here. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about some order properties of quadratic function or quadratic equation as well. So today we will focus on the vertex form. Okay, let's begin with our lesson. So for introduction, I have this formula, which is I call that vertex form. This is a form that different from the standard form, and it gives us some information without graphing. And the information as well is very important for us. Okay, and the a here need to be different from 0, because when a is 0, that's meaningless. That's just become a linear, which is y equal to k, right? And the number a here will control the direction of the graph. Like I mentioned before, if the a is higher than 0, so it will be facing upward, or a is less than 0, it will be like this. Yeah, just like what we learned the previous lesson. So the h and k here is the vertex point, and I will mention later. And x equal to h is the axis of symmetry. Okay, let's begin with the vertex. So the vertex, which I mentioned is the point that is the turning point of the parabola. For example, I have this parabola. The turning point will be the point that it stop decreasing and start increasing. So this point is the turning point. And I have this example as well, another, which is this point is the vertex point because it stop increasing and it start decreasing like this. So that is how the vertex work. Okay, so I got two examples right here. So with, for example, I have the question whether which is the vertex point of this parabola, A, B, or C. You will have like 4 seconds. So in this, as I mentioned before, the A will be the vertex point because as this is the turning point of this parabola. As you can see, it stopped decreasing and it start increasing at this point, right? And for the same, what is the vertex of the B parabola? Is it A, B, or C? So in this one, just the same as the B, because B is the point that is a turning point that it stop increasing at the B and start decreasing from B. Okay, so just simple like that. Vertex is that. Okay, and what is the axis of symmetry? So the axis of symmetry is the vertical line that goes through the vertex of a parabola. For example, I got a parabola here, and here is the vertex point. So the axis of symmetry is this line, which go through the vertex point. And the formula of the axis of symmetry is x equal to h. The, the x is equal to h is this formula of that. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to minimum or maximum or min and max here. So if I got this equation, which is the formula of that, right? Formula of the vertex formula, vertex form of the simple equation, quadratic equation. So if a is higher than 0, so it's open up, like look like this, and this will give us a minimum point. So the minimum point is this point, because the parabola will not go under this as well. It cannot reach this point, the under point compared to this point. And if a is less than 0, it's open down, so it will give us a maximum, just like this point, right? And how to find the maximum or the minimum? typically we just need to know that the minimum and maximum is the number k in this formula, right? So let's try some example. So find the maximum or the minimum of this quadratic function. So we got this, right? At first, we need to know that whether this function has the maximum or the minimum. So we have the 2 is higher than 0. So this will be open up, right? So if it's open up, this will give us a minimum like this. This is the minimum, right? So in here, the number plus 4 is the k that we need. So the minimum is equal to 4, right? And for the B example, we just do the same method like that, which is 2 steps. Step 1 is whether A is less or higher than 0. And the second step is just calculate the maximum or minimum. So in here, I got A is minus 3, right? So we can see that it's less than 0. So it will open down like this. And this is the maximum point. So this will give us a maximum, right? So in here, the k number is minus 5. So the maximum is k, which is minus 5, right? And with that, I'm done for today. Thank you for listening. If you need help or some support, you can contact me through Facebook or Instagram or my Gmail. Thank you.